Hello, Tim Friedrich here, and I'm showing an installation of an air handler in an attic. And a couple of things I want to point out. There is a plenum on the return. That's what you're looking at, that silver box. So we don't want to attach flex duct directly to the air handler. We want a plenum box in between. That gives you smoother airflow across the cooling coil, which is in this section. So you have essentially the same air speeds across all portions of that coil instead of just small portions. We have a full-size drain pan. We have our drain line is trapped and vented downstream of the trap, and we have a union in place so that we can clean that drain line out easily. We have a float switch, so if water backs up to this point, if this is clogged, the primary drain line is clogged, then that float switch will shut the system down. If the water recedes, then the float switch will re-enable the system. Under there, and I'll pull this out so you can see, this is a water sensing switch. It's got a green light on it saying everything is okay. If this gets wet, there's felt on the bottom. If that gets wet, it will shut the system down. It will require manually reset, so the felt on the bottom has to be dry, and then you can hit the green button, which will reset that switch. So it's important to have both. Now, we include this on all installations. The sensing switch is an additional item that the homeowner can add if they choose. But it's very important because the float switch only protects us from a clogged primary drain line, and we can have problems inside of this air handler. Dirty filters, cracked primary pan, a fan problem, ice formation. There's a handful of issues that will cause water to get into your safety pan, and you don't want water in your safety pan, only on emergencies. But if you get water in your safety pan, we want to know. So this shuts it down. It's a little inconvenient because you have to come up here and reset it, but it's better than keeping water in this safety pan long enough to cause a rust problem or to have it overflow or clog up itself. Another thing I want to point out is we have unistrut on top of unistrut. So from that end of the air handler all the way to this end of the air handler, we are supported. So nice strong hanger rigging or cradle underneath that air handler so that that system won't sag in the middle. I'm trying to get back far enough so that you can see all of this, but so that system, if it sags in the middle, then you have air leak problems and water drainage problems and all kinds of issues. Contamination from the attic, etc. That is the supply plenum. It's 4 feet long, most of our competitors, if they replace the supply plenum. And that's just a fancy word for an empty box that gives us a place to attach the flex duct, and that's what feeds the cold air to the house. But 4 foot long supply plenum, which gives us the ability to attach all of our flex duct with good spacing so we have equal pressure to each piece of flex duct. And that's important. We don't want one portion of the home to get more air than we want, or to be over conditioned, which would leave another portion of the home under conditioned. So this gives us the ability to balance the air throughout the home. So overall, it is a very this is a nice, professional, well thought out installation. Good hanger rigging, which we never see, and additional water safety protection, which we never see from a competitor, and plenums that are made to fit. So I hope this helps you if you're shopping for a new system. You can check and see if the dealer that is presenting a proposal to you, are they including all these things unprompted, or did you have to tell them that you wanted these things? That's important. If they're not looking at these things ahead of time, then they maybe they don't have your best interest at heart.